get seriously ill.
So they have really
So
poor
back in the
eyesight.
days, people never had cures for certain things.
Their senses are mostly in their hearing.
Eventually,
Their eyes
the
are
population
used
of
for
the
depth
rodents
perception.
grow.
Okay.
So more rodents in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I mean this right
more
here is
people
the
that get
most
sick.
important right here.
But
And
remember,
then she has a
all the
little
rich
tiny
get,
comb. So
you know,
all
rich
of
get
this
because,
kind of
you know,
species,
know
the
that
Titos,
they need heat.
have a comb
So now people
on their talon right
all
here.
of a sudden come
And that comb takes care of those feathers.
Oh, so they,
Because the feathers have to be
They blame the owl,
perfect.
right? Because the owl are the closest thing to say.
She can hear you, look.
First time you see you, and
She likes
people
Asher.
get there.
Asher helped. I
Yes,
got her
say
when she
I
was
wanna do
17
rap, but I
grams.
think that thing
She was in
causes
the shape of her
people
egg
to
still,
death.
and he helped
So
raise her.
all
She gets very
negative
excited.
energy down towards the one way
se está viendo así.
for clean
Xoch le queda
mess.
viendo así.
Because they call the only reason they're wrong is because we handle food will attract rodents, and then the rodents attract.
I'm like, I don't understand. Like, why would they have evolved to be so white? Because they hunt at night. And then I guess scientists and biologists have thought the same thing, and they did more research, and they've noted that they use that as an advantage to catch so many rodents.
Okay.
In the U.S., they can have up to 14 young in the U.S. There's a lot of people who put in barn owl boxes. So in California area, the wine vineyards, they use barn owls as pest control. So here, I started working with Santander, Valley of Peace Limited, up Orange Walk. There's a huge sugarcane ASRI or something. They're going to put in barn owl boxes. Santander's put in barn owl boxes. Valley of Peace have, and they're going to stop using rodent poison, which is huge because rat loss for sugarcane is high.
Really?
You know, 10% is a big amount of crop.
Yes.
You know, so if we can encourage people to use natural pest control, ultimately we don't eat the poison. Because if you think they throw out bricks in their field and it rains, it goes into the soil and the plant absorbs it. So why do you think North America is so unhealthy with cancers? And
Correct.
even if you look at the Mennonite community here, most of the people die from cancer. And so if you think, right, a lot of pesticides and poisoning, and we eat that. And it's not good for us. So we need to be a little bit more natural. And these guys were put on the earth for a reason. Right? So we need to let them do their jobs. Right, you? Do your job. She does a great job. She goes to school, she talks to kids, and she raises babies for us.
Really?
So she's a surrogate mother. Yeah, she raises babies every year and gets to take care of them. You good?
So you have more of this?
Just one. We just released the last bunch. So I make habitat for barn owls, and I raise the babies in it, and then I take the habitat box and I install it somewhere. The last ones were at the Bluff on Crystal Road. I installed 3 boxes there and released them there. And so the idea is that the females will take over the nest box, then they'll go back to their home. And then they'll have babies, and then it'll clean up the pests in that area.
Great idea.
It is good. You want to take Akna?
Ve cómo queda bien. Hijo de la vez. Ve, levanta tu
So
cara.
she was a natural injury, this one.
It looks like I could do like, that's how it looks like it's
I think it's Sunday.
Why the white? Why the white in the
So our whole
head?
that cool?
behavior
That's
would
under her
dictate like the session. So I have to pay attention to her the whole time. The bigger the bird, the smarter they tend to get. So she's super intelligent. She would be like second intelligent to Cora. Now with raptors tend to have their intelligence be more fear-based. So if you fear stuff, you could react fast to not being hurt or killed, you live longer. So everything relies on her being on point with her surrounding. The second something signal her that she needs to get out of there, she will like just try to jump away, because that means she will just live to see another day. No? This size bird though, in some places they call it a monkey catchers. Because she could definitely grab onto a medium-sized monkey. Alright. She like send me signals more and more to step back. Definitely some gnarly talons, nice black daggers there, so. And this also carry down like your opossums, your quadamundi, you know, that range. Maybe like some medium-sized agouti, other birds, snakes, spiny-tailed iguanas.
What?
Things where the roadside and the grey hawk, they can take down. So she detect down things where could put up a decent fight. Now, earlier Sarah mentioned the life expectancy of most birds, especially starting off very early. So they have like a 10% chance of survival at that first year. So 10% chance of making it to the next year, like that rough. And she may be a casualty of a situation like that because when she be like a sub-adult, when she be younger, after she like get the chance for get raised by her parents, that the time for she hunt. Now, what she may decide for hunt, really never want get like become dinner. So he put up a fight, and we describe the bite marks where she may sustain to the closest thing like a parrot, like a macaw. You see macaw beaks before, right? Alright, that's one of the scariest beaks when it comes to birds, besides birds who have pointed, long, sharp beaks.
Wow.
So that thing, I see a macaw take a coconut, half of a coconut tree, bite a hole in it, and drink that thing with just a beak. So that's a powerful beak. So she just may decide to pick the wrong prey item that day. So our tour guide may find her, may up on the ground. Her legs may completely torn open. She also lose a digit.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So remember now that she may still like that teenage phase. Got a chance to realize what she is. That's the most important thing. She know what she is. In comparison to like Azula, pretty much confused. But this one know what type of animal she. She know her songs. She know how she looks. She know what she's supposed to hunt. The only problem was she may be a casualty or just for prey item to fight back. Now, when they bring her to Sarah am the caregiver. Sarah am the person who bring her back to health. And still remember that she is still a teenager, like a juvenile at that time. So one thing in common with young animals or teenage animals, they have a lot of curiosity. So that means they still have a lot of learning to do. So she learned over time that Sarah no one hurt she. But guess who could hurt? She. She could dish out the pain, but Sarah never dish it out because she never learned that relationship. So the whole while she may go through that phase, she may get for love Sarah. This bird used to comb her hair.
Really?
Believe it or not, as fierce and as dangerous as she looked. Remember what I tell you early on? The animal like will become so cute and so loving. But then guess what happened when complete sexual maturity hit and the hormones start pulse up in the body? I describe that as like a bipolar individual. So now, because you have a one stream of communication, guess what happened when this bird feel like she pissed off at the world? She pissed off at her. When she feel like she need to like defend her territory, she had defend it against her. You know, so all the things there would be directed to probably somebody. None of us say she's an imprint, but they classify it as being a dual imprinting. Know what they are, but they take advantage of certain situation because they know that they could interact with you and you are respond. So like when I step forward, she flap her wings, she get my response when I have to step backward. So she learned that if I react a certain kind of way, they will eventually pick up on what I ask them for. And if they don't listen to me, I will bite them. Because she have times when she hit me with her wings. Like right in a show, I had to try walk close to people, she like stop and I want to go so close. Then I have times when I had to feed her, she'll look on the food, take it and spit it out. No, and you know, stop there. Have times when I dey feed her and she just want the smallestly nibble. You know, got people like nibble in the food. Alright, if I should ever give she the whole food, she spit it out. Hold my food, I want nibble today. So at the end of the day, all of them have a certain behavior. But because of a lot of the intelligence either become fear-based or it become patterns, routines. The more you do something with them, they see that as being the way how it's supposed to be. And if you step outside of the normal thing, they don't know. They're like, yeah, what? The whole while you walk me so and you walk me so, we're wrong today. You did best up. Walk me wrong so. Or else I will give you a behavior you know I like. That's how they go. Like when for take me out too, we get in 3 strikes and then no 3. They could come to 3, trust me. The first time you go in there, glove, yeah, look for you. Nah. Go in, then I walk with, that's why I walk with and I go back in. Go back in, second time, glove. Yeah. I really brutal. Third time, alright, I walk on. Because they know they will get their meal cut. They're like, you know what? I just made a play. So they're very intelligent at the end of the day for watch routines and patterns. You know? Yes, ma'am? So besides her just being like your hawk, you also heard eagle, hawk, eagle. So when you look for her, she will definitely say power. First thing when I think about what eagle, I think power, strength. So she have the strength. Now the hawk aspect, that aspect will be able to navigate through the broadleaf. What eagle can't really handle a leaf like that. When I picture eagle, I picture open skies. Hawks, they could dive bomb their trees like nothing. I mean, this are different levels, this are different playground when they're between their trees. So how they direct themselves that with a longer tail. So where different she have from an eagle would be this long tail. This is the hawk tail. And that tail steer like what rudder between their broadleaf, and then they could tuck in the wing a bit more without hit branches. So that's like what cool adaptation. Something interesting about the species, you notice her feathers they lift on the sides of her cheeks. Alright, so just like how you have the barnal, we got a facial disc. Imagine you to sit down, she'll get relaxed. Then imagine you to sit down in there so. You have snakes, you have cats, you probably have my larger species like her and like Athena, but they're wrong. This world always competition. So what you need for have to do other than sit? You have to have good hearing skills. So what they do when they open up that side cheek, they get songs they beat into for their disc as well. So then listen. I imagine then they like be something like if they had like a spirit animal, they would have like that dragon in there. Because then with their perch up so and they're not just they use for their eye, they're like keen listening, the listening wrong for danger and for prey. So other than the eagle will just have that straight face and the ear hole there, they need more listening. And then you have the crest, the crown, we wear on top of our head, will help for like probably more communication, make themselves look taller and all that good stuff. But beautiful, beautiful. I mean, my favorite features about her are their eyes, the color of the eye. I mean, nothing strikes you like you're looking at a tiger face. You know, like got that dead hand back up. But Atna does, she get her exercise, she get to fly. Just like how Azula get her training. They get to fly, get her exercise, get her interaction, all of they needed. Now, one interesting thing what we realize about her, when it's breeding season, she shave her legs. Oh no, this is no joke. Everything needs to be. So she would pluck the feathers for her leg.
Wow.
And we just have to like probably line in the nest and stuff like that. But she would pluck her feathers off her legs and have a nice clean shave.
What?
So I guess that's something they do. Shave their legs whenever the time comes. Huh? You good? Yeah, she get a little bit more calm. Yeah, notice like See? She lean away, shy away. Hey, stop being so nervous. Nope.
Yeah, that's too close. She said.
Too close. You know, a lot I got to do with the species too, like they are the ones where they see keep their distance from people. The only reason why she up on the glove, their type of relationship sometimes take up to a year. You know, unless them they like one where imprinted where like just need you. But like ma.
So this is Cora. Do you guys recognize? You definitely recognize this bird, right?
Jonko.
The jonko, yes. These are the most important birds that we have in Belize.
Yes.
Stated by Sarah at the Belize Raptor Centre. This bird right here, her stomach acid is a pH 1 to 2. So she can literally eat botulism, Ebola, anthrax, rabies, COVID, distemper. She can eat that, break it down, and stop the spread of it into the environment. So when people look at vultures, they're like, ooh, they're gross, disgusting, they carry diseases, right? They must be dirty. They are super clean animals, and because of their gut flora, they're actually really clean. They don't carry diseases. They actually clean up diseases. So I think they're the most important decomposers we have, by far. Right now we have, we got different viruses in the environment. If we don't have these guys cleaning them up, then they come in contact with wildlife, right? So say a dog dies of distemper. Well, it goes, no, you can't get food like that. We're not doing food like that. You play with your balls. So she's trying to teach me to feed her. And if I was to give her a treat after she did that, then she would learn that that's how you get food. Because she is, believe it or not, as smart as a 3-year-old child.
What?
Yes, she knows. Let's see if she'll do her colors today. All right. No, blue. Good girl. Green. Green. Cora, you know green. Cora. Green. No, that's blue.
¿Se confundió?
She's behaving like a 3-year-old.
Green. No, not my shoe. Back. Green. Over here. Cora, green. She's behaving like a child. Green. Cora, green. Yes. So this is how you teach them too. So they literally start learning. They have to figure out what you're asking first. And then, no, eat that food. You have food. That is green.
Hasta me prende, güey.
Green. Cora, green. Green.
No, ¿quiere que le den free? ¿Quiere
Green.
no quiere hacer su homework?
She's getting frustrated because it's like a child when they start learning. No, nobody. Green. Good girl. So imagine having when you start teaching kids colors or words and they get frustrated because they're trying and they're just not figuring it out. Imagine that in an animal that can't talk. So imagine you're so smart but you have a lack of communication. That's what she's going through. Cora, blue. Let's do your blue. Cora, blue. Good. That's her favorite color. Blue and pink, and I can't seem to find her pink ball. Blue. Good. So she knows 6, no, not my feet. She knows 6 different colors.
What?
Yep. Bless you. Good girl, that's green. Yeah, she has no vocal cords. So she is so smart that she should be able to talk, but she can't. So in their group, that's a big family group you see them in, their language looks kind of rough. It's bites, it's grunts, it's hisses, sneezes. No, you can't.
It's trying to eat its own kind.
It is. They're so weird.
Like I'm a first.
And Cora really likes them to do this because once they start all coming over here, she scares them and runs after them and likes the sound they all make when they're like, "Ah!" Go away. No, go away. Come on, Cora, you gotta pick food. So Cora here was orphaned.
Cora there. John Crow.
Cora the explorer.
Yeah, they were. I don't really know what happened to them. The area she came from, people have reported ranchers shooting black vultures because a lot of people think after the calf is born that the vultures are coming to eat the baby. But what they're really doing is eating the afterbirth. So the placenta and everything comes out, and that's what they want. But if the calf dies, obviously they're going to eat it. That's fresh dead. But that's not what they're going after. So I think maybe her parents were shot because they don't abandon their babies.
But that's not her fully grown.
She's a fully grown female. In vultures, it's the opposite way. So she weighs 4.5 pounds. She is heavier than Akna by a pound and something. So she's a pretty heavy bird. But yeah, so I went to rescue them and then I got them back to health. It was her and her sibling. And we didn't know where to put them. So if you don't know what family they come from, you can't release them just randomly because they live in a very strict family group. Oh yeah, she's just cleaning. Cora will go in there and scare her in just a minute.
You think she would eat a rotten piece of meat now that she is already accustomed to that?
She's a princess. I bring her roadkill and she freaks out and jumps in my lap and throws up. So when they're scared or say, someone's trying to chase them or grab them, they projectile vomit. It's always this one. She's got like some kind of mental problem. This one tried to steal a piece of chicken from the roadside market today. I was like, you are going to come food very soon. But yeah, so I don't know, like she is loose because if she wants to release herself, she can. There's nothing actually physically wrong with her. Look at this. What
She's
is
a brave little one.
Cora,
Wait.
you're not even.
I'm not full
Wow,
now.
that was
I
it.
stole it fair and square.
She'd have gotten a face full of talons if that was one of the roadsides. Cora, you want to come up here? Come here, ready? Cora, up. Cora, up. You can come stand up here. Up.
Quítame una foto porque solo si lo voy a ver.
Look how beautiful they are. They're actually really pretty. Like people don't get to see them up close, so they miss out on that beautiful black. And their eyes too. Like she's got very studying eyes. Don't you, girlfriend? Yes, you do. So what's really cool is that no one knows. There was a paper put out a few years back, and it said they came in as the #1 species for monogamy in birds in the world. And the top 5 were the black and the California condor. Right, the other ones are penguins, albatross. There's a wood stork. But these guys will pair bond, and then they stay together for life. If their partner dies, they go on a period where they fast. And they mourn this loss, which is emotion. That's an emotional
Response.
yeah, to a death. And then they go back to their family, and biologists have noted that they're not repairing. They're living in solitude with their family after they've lost their love.
Oh, wow.
I find that very special because if you think of John Crow, you don't think like, oh, this bird loves, right? You just think, oh, it's a vulture. It eats dead stuff. But they actually go, I mean, I don't know many humans that fast up to a week, right? After they've lost someone. So a very emotional bird. I actually was driving to the airport, I don't know, about a year ago, and I stopped to move a vulture out of the road because this other one it was dead. And another vulture was trying to land on the road right in Hattieville, like by the checkpoint. And a guy stopped and he's like, "What are you doing, miss?" And I was like, "I'm trying to give her mate who's dead." And he literally sat, and by the time I got through and was going boom, he was still watching. Because as soon as she was pulled over, the mate was pulled over, the other vulture landed and like was sitting with its partner. And I'm just like, it's so, you know what I mean? But once you understand that, it's like you view them differently, you know? Because I see people swerve to hit them a lot on the roads, especially by the prison. A lot of the times people swerve and try to hit them, and I'm like, no, you don't understand. This bird is only cleaning up the earth for us. I mean, you think of all the dead animals and all the diseases. If we didn't have vultures, we'd be overridden.
I saw
Sito.
news where I think in Salvador, where the man shoots them and eats them.
Yeah, we've heard people across the road. Do you know what's funny is they don't even eat each other.
No?
Like, you know, we're not really sure why. Some people say it's more of a respect thing. Like, if we were cannibalistic, we probably wouldn't eat our family members, right? But others just say they just not the meat. But I mean, if you think it's got to be a little bit more. No, like they're so acidic, their bodies are. I think the meat. Wish there was more sun. I could get her sun. She should open her wings.
Ay, qué bonito, mano.
The kid's so pretty. I know there's no sun, but let's pretend. Good girl. She's like, I know.
Mhm.
Ready? Open. Open again.
She's like, I want to bite the tooth too. That too.
Otro machulito.
No, no, no.
Yeah, I want to eat my freezer and then walk by myself. Then I want to eat my freezer and I can walk by myself.
Yes. You know what's cool? This right here on her legs, this is called uric acid. It's urohydrosis. So in order to keep clean and clean up bacteria, she does the urine and the uric on her legs. And that actually sanitizes her legs.
She say, I want to leave already.
You know, she comes out so long every day. She flies around. She does soaring.
Really?
The other day, she like ran right into a tree, like up big branches of a tree. If you go on our Facebook page, it's the time I like call her in, and then she just wants a big cuddle. That's her reinforcement.
I want to
But yeah, uric acid, and then when they're sunning, what vultures are doing is they're sanitizing. So they're heating their bodies up so hot that it kills bacteria. So really, truly, they are the cleanest birds. Think about it.
It's like they have ODC.
It looks
It's like they have ODC.
OCD? Yeah.
OCD.
Clean? Absolutely. Like she's the cleanest bird we have. And it's funny because they have a smell that smells like a male's cologne, like a musk odor. So men spend expensive, money buying this musk cologne, and she already smells like that. She smells good. The other day she gave me a kiss, and she bit my nose. It was another video that we caught on film. It was like her kisses are kind of a little rough.
So they don't like to attack people.
No, they run. They run away from people. Right? So when we rescue them, we have to actually get them and grab them right here to stop them from vomiting on us. But Rob, the other day, we rescued one that someone had shot. Sad. They shot her right through the wing. We were able to save her and then release her. But he ran back and forth 30 times across this big field, and she never flew once. She just ran. I know it went a little longer. I feel bad for the kids. Because I do have a little bat falcon that I have to feed if you want to see him. Yeah? Okay. All right. And then I'll just put her away. And then we will, if you want, there's this trail right here. I don't know if you just kind of want to look on it while because I'll help Rob and we'll get you guys set up for food. And
Okay.
made a nice little lunch.
algo muy interesante del banco.
Imagínate, si trae a tus alumnos aquí, estás ya no botó tres.
Todo está botando.
Es como si fuese perro.
Ya no vamos a hablar más del chongo ahora.
No, me
Ya no da piojo.
Can't have this.
no quiere. Está como chamaquito de veras.
Sí. Para que vean, mira cómo soy yo. Pero,
Y soy rebelde. No va.
No va.
Cora! Come on, Cora.
Girl, go.
it's one rebel girl. Go.
Cora! Come here. Chicken. Cora, come on.
No quiere.
I don't care.
wants to
It's
be
like
out.
Lucito. It's like Lucito.
Cora, come. Here's the ball. Come. Cora.
Blue.
Blue.
Patita por ahí.
Cora.
Blue.
Blue. No tienen carne para él.
Tira por ahí. Tira por ahí.
It's like you
No,
guys
él sabe que le van a dar cara.
Blue.
Quiere.
Cora.
No quiere venir.
Cora.
No quiere ir.
Cora is a rebel right now.
The only problem when your bird gets to do what they want.
No.
Running away.
Bird in the
Wanna
eye.
hang out then?
No.
I already killed it.
You just gonna hang out? Because we're gonna go do jamming. Come on. Jamie doesn't like you very much. Let's go. Car. No. We might just leave her out for a little bit.
She's having fun out here.
Yeah, we'll leave her out. This is our little jamming. So this is a bat falcon. So he was a pet up in Orange Walk. He has some forms of metabolic bone disease, so his beak came in really pliable, so it could bend. But, ready? Good boy.
Oh, cute.
He is cute. Yeah, these guys are crepuscular. Oh, you see the camera? You don't like the camera? You see him look at himself in the mirror. Gizzard, so she has, her bones are breaking down in her shoulders. She's got metabolic bone disease. And the other one was a wild injured female, that's why we put them together. You want to try? I was like, I'm going to be joining you guys. Oh yeah. She follows everywhere. Are you ready? Are you gonna do it?
That's not Nora.
Oh, okay.
Cora.
Foto eu tenho vídeo.
Nora. Nora. Tori, Nora. Nora the Flora. Nora.
Good job, buds. Good job. Yes, good job. He hasn't been on like gas gloves for January, probably. He has a really long spring where he is very confused and his hormones are very haywire. Cool little bird though. Sandy Perez, I don't know if you guys remember Coyote Twist. Yeah, his son Jamming is the one that found out his friends had him as a pet and he rescued him. So that's why he named him Jamming. And it fits him because they bob their heads, so it looks like he's jamming. Very cute little bird. So she nearly got in big trouble, but we intercepted because she was a single mom of 5 kids. So she had to like bring herself up and his tail.
Let's
Yes,
open
these
the
are-
arms and don't know what to do.
Right now, the last bird we had in there, we already released him.
Big jaw. Big heart. Finish look for now, you open the arm that way. Push your fist that way and fly over it. Feel the wood. Nice legs. See the skeleton legs now where help of it digging out like holes and water. So beside the other birds there, the ones that will meet, he will be the only one who will mess around with water. That's why he have long legs. So
They all do
he
different.
forage for like crab and fish and so he's the only one where we have will do that.
So they all do different
Different technique.
techniques.
Done. Look for that. Can I use it? See the scales, man.
And what you feed the head with
So far all the birds there we give them a mixture, either like male chick and the Mennonite. We usually kill all the male chicken there.
Corre así, debo pintar.
I got cute on the floor. Oh, here.
Right now I'll try to get up at one point. Up, up. Rub it up. Put it plants.
Okay, one more. Anyone else?
Anybody else?
Next.
You all want to come into the
Right in front of the camera?
Jan?
See, it's running. Video is running.
You're gentle here. Good boy, Zion.
Look at those legs. I can never get over his legs. They're so cute.
All right, you're screaming.
You notice the high pitch frequency?
Very definite.
Sometimes we have to wear earplugs. And it's beneficial for them because when they're babies and they are begging for food,
Try
their mom
touch
has to
it.
go far away.
Yeah.
But now he's an adult. He's 7.
Feel the rubber.
He shouldn't be begging
They're
anymore.
like rubber.
bite me?
Print, 'cause no
I
one's
don't know.
had him in medicine. So it really annoys.
Whoop. All right, I don't think you like it. Just clear up.
I think the glasses too.
It reflects.
I think he just caught himself.
Try it again.
Yeah.
Go for it, let's go. Feel the rubber.
He looked good.
Alright, put me up.
But the
Nice
behavior
size,
he
yeah.
just showed when he saw himself too. This is called a hackling position. So somewhere I
And
think
he could
he's
sit.
reflecting.
He could sit anything or reflect.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because their
Alright,
eyesight.
make a carry around because
yes.
Because he
this are like
this is
very
a
defensive posture.
yeah defensive. This is what he does with children. But with children, because he's an imprint, children are his territory rivals. So he doesn't view, because he views us as equals, he views children as equals, but they're in his territory. And as a male, he needs to defend it. So he'll attack what he doesn't view as good. That's a dangerous bird. So recently, I don't know if you know San Jose Orange Hawk. So we were up there because a kid had raised a black collared hawk. And he said, oh, I had it for a year or so, and it started going after the kids, so I let it go. He released an imprint who doesn't like children. So we went up there to try to trap it, or the forest department to try to shoot it and get, because it's a very dangerous bird. Very dangerous to be on the loose. Because if they can see a child in a mile radius, they're going to attack it to keep it out of their territory. Yeah, and like with talons like that, if that was to hook you, you'd have to have stitches. Yeah. So we couldn't find him. I think what happened is he probably starved because he was so reliant on humans. He probably just couldn't find food. But I love raptors, but it's a dangerous bird to be out in the lab.